A warm welcome to everyone. Let's see what hilarious story unfolds next. Cousin tried to use force to make Janny comply, but the difference in strength was just laughable. Wilna heard the screams from inside like a superhero and rushed in to put a stop to this farce. Grandpa returned home to an awkward atmosphere. Little Zoo asked what happened, but Janny, like a shy little cat, refused to bring it up. Wilna wanted to find Janny to express her feelings, but before she could speak, Grandpa barged in. What a tragicomic moment. While out, Janny found the neighbor's man arrested by Germans and acted like a detective to warn. She had already noticed the neighbor's secret activities to defend the country, as if she was in a spy movie. Wilna informed Grandpa about planning to stay with two friends in the outside house, and the atmosphere turned light-hearted. It was just too funny. However, on the first night, they started arguing over differences, like they were at a mini debate contest. Friends thought Germany was the winner and dismissed France as the loser. What an outrageous viewpoint. Wilna did not agree. She persisted in calling herself an invader in order to defend the dignity of the French people, which made her friends react as if they were exclaiming, "It's not my fault." At this moment, Janny was shocked by Wilna's words. Realizing Wilna wasn't just a pure invader, her heart raced as if she were watching a thriller. But the country's hatred wouldn't simplify things, and the neighbors began to take action, leaving Janny feeling a bit helpless. Janny was entrusted to take care of the neighbor's child, but couldn't sleep all night. What a worrywart neighbor. The Patriots sprang into action, and the neighbor's husband tied a bomb under Wilna's car, just like a thrilling movie scene. Realizing Wilna's danger, Janny rushed upstairs, her heart pounding. This emotional and national feud was such a headache. Janny suddenly made a bold decision, sitting at the piano and playing Bard's Prelude like an angel. As Wilna stepped outside and heard the music, she stopped in her tracks. What a comical moment. Wilna looked at Janny in disbelief, wondering if she was responding to her feelings. This was so dramatic. Wilna immersed in the music. Janny's musical talent was practically superhuman. When the music ended, the explosion sounded nearby, and Wilna realized Janny was saving her. What a surprise. Wilna gave Janny a deep look and rushed out. What a tense escape that was. But she witnessed her friend and the deputy perish in the explosion, leaving her heartbroken, while Janny could only silently feel it all. Janny watched Wilna's sorrow. Her feelings were like a roller coaster, but she felt completely helpless. There are too many inexplicable emotions in life, and the Germans were quietly doing dark deeds. Janny's neighbors knew its meaning. Even Pierre knew the consequences. Heart-wrenching. Even though he didn't want to separate, he could only watch the car drive away, feeling a heavy heart. Heartbroken, Janny caught up with Pierre, taking him home. He became an orphan out of sheer helplessness. She wanted to help the neighbors seek one last chance, and Janny's determination felt like a long journey. But when Janny arrived at the German-controlled area, she was driven away just like the other French people. Wilna spotted Janny in the crowd. That helpless gaze seemed to beg for help, so heart-wrenching. As a German officer, Wilna could only sigh and bid Janny farewell. What a bittersweet scene. Janny returned home still sobbing, and Grandpa could only silently accompany her. What a helpless companion he was. As night approached, Janny's emotions calmed down, waiting in the living room like a little girl anticipating Wilna's arrival. Wilna entered like a princess, preparing to say goodbye, her heart full of memories but faced with parting. Subtitles, she asked for the information regarding leaving Russia, with war on the verge of breaking out. This news was just absolutely explosive. "This time it's really worth it," she said with a wry smile, her heart filled with mixed emotions. What a peculiar moment. "I wish you all the best. Goodbye." Yet behind the smile lay endless sighs. As Wilna left, tears rolled down her cheeks like beads, evoking a bittersweet feeling. Janny and her parents realized the horrors of war, the abyss of death and despair looming over them. Lives from the past crushed under the wheels of war, truly heartbreaking. Janny resolutely chased after her. When Wilna was in the car, she immediately jumped down, a real act of courage. For the girl, the word Dad was her one and only speech to Wilna. It was goodbye, but felt like a final farewell. Wilna looked at tear for Janny. Her lips moved, but no words came out, At that moment, her emotions were crashing like waves. She stood silently, filled with reluctance, but there wasn't even a hug. Moments later, Wilma's image was etched in her mind, all feelings rolling away like wheels, filled with helplessness. The family's resistance organization committed to fighting against evasion, bravely venturing into the unknown alongside the neighbors. She placed a pot of geraniums on the windowsill, and in this war-torn era, her fate was bound to be tragic. The disaster of war was like a merciless flood consuming everything. The wordless farewell was filled with helplessness and weight. This unplayable love ultimately faded in the flames of battle. How sweet they would have been as a couple without war.